Well, the president sold his health care bill by promising no new taxes, but according to the Supreme Court, it's absolutely a tax. In fact, that's why it was found to be legal by the Chief Justice.
But if it looks like that tax for folks who don't want health insurance, that's just the start. Congressman Paul Ryan says he is the chairman of the House Budget Committee, and he joins us live from D.C. Good morning to you, Congressman.
Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning, Gretchen.
Okay, so the president promised this was not a tax, but now, according to the highest court in the land, it's a tax. And it's going to hit everybody, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. There are 21 taxes in this bill, 12 of which hit people making less than $200,000. That in and of itself is a violation of the president's promise not to tax people making less than $200,000. He sold it as one thing, a mandate, not a tax, argued in Supreme Court another thing, that it's a tax. And I agree with the dissenting opinion that they rewrote this law calling it a tax. And so what we have here is a verification of another broken promise by the president. What we have here is a tax that's going to hit everybody. It's a massive tax. And we have a law that we have one more chance to repeal, and that's this November election. That's basically what the Supreme Court did. They raised the stakes of this election. We have one more chance. And that's basically what they said. The people of this country are going to be the final arbiters of this. They're going to be the judge and the jury of this, and that's in this election in November.
Right, you are really surrounding this issue. Congressman, or I should say Chairman, it's also noteworthy that the former governor of Massachusetts had the mandate and is on record in 2006 saying he thought having a mandate in health care was a good thing. What's your answer to that? I know you and Mitt Romney have become quite close.
Well, Brian, I prefer Paul, by the way. Thank you, though.
Okay.
This is a states' rights issue. What Mitt Romney's been very clear about is the federal government does not have the ability or the power through the Commerce Clause to mandate such behavior. The Supreme Court upheld that notion, so they put a fence around what the government can do to make you do something. They just said you can tax anybody into compliance, and that's where I really have a big problem with this ruling. But in states, that's a different issue. That's an issue of federalism. Mitt Romney's been crystal clear about opposing Obamacare, about opposing this mandate, and it's really clear, if he is president, he, on day one, is going to work to repeal this law, root, branch, and stock.
Congressman, here's my question about how much more expensive Obamacare could actually become. Because let's say that millions of people decide to pay the fine instead of taking on health insurance because they're healthy. Then who's going to actually come after them to collect that fine? Do we really think that the IRS is going to track down all these people? And in effect, won't the cost really be passed along to all the rest of the taxpayers?
Yes. Yes, there are 3 points, Gretchen. Number one, they're going to have to hire thousands of new IRS agents to police this, to make people comply with this tax. Number two, a lot of healthy people are going to say, you know what, it just makes more sense to pay this tax or not do anything than to buy the insurance, meaning sicker people are going to buy the insurance, raising everybody's premiums. Everybody's health care premiums are going to go up in America as a result of this. That's very clear. Number three, what's ironic about this ruling, with the Medicaid ruling where they're saying states don't have to implement these new Medicaid rules, more people, as a consequence of that, are going to go into Obamacare.
Sure.
So you're going to see a bigger increase in the cost. Millions of people who were otherwise going to go into Medicaid are not going to go into Obamacare, which costs a whole lot more money. So this is going to blow a hole through the deficit, even more than we originally thought.
All right. We know you've got an awfully busy day today on this Friday. Chairman Paul Ryan, thank you very much for joining us live.
Thanks, guys.
You bet.